Good evening, everyone. I know it's getting later in the evening. How are you all? God bless you. So I'm gonna jump right into this thing. It is. I got a meeting in about 20 minutes for some more business. Yes, business is good, going good in 2021. Still trying to work out the tweaks, but things are on the up and up. Thank God. So let's talk about what just happened briefly. I'd love to hear your comments. Anybody want to join me? No, actually, not today. Not right now. I have a call in about 20 minutes, and I want to talk about this because what is that? Oh, this guy, my brother, acting dumb. Anyway, I got a few minutes. I have another call, and but yeah. So hey, not joining. No, I'm not letting nobody in today. Because I just want to talk about it real quick. Like I said, I got another call coming up. I had a quick break in between calls, and so where do we begin? Okay, so what happened yesterday? There's a lot of stuff going on out there. A lot of news. There's a lot of stories, and whether you believe the mainstream narrative or the conspiracy theory, the conspiracy theories that are going out there, and I say that loosely because many conspiracy theories have a grain of truth to them. Many of them have been found to be true. So we have to be very careful not to just dismiss something because it's a theory, right? Because it's a conspiracy theory. That's just real life. But on top of that, regardless to which one of the narratives you're believing, which side of the aisle you're on, whose report you believe, whichever way you choose to look at it, we have some very, very interesting and possibly troubling times ahead, because there are some people who don't know how to separate their lives from the things that happen in politics and the things that happen in world news and such like that. They take these things very seriously, and they take them very personally. And so we're going to have to be very, very careful of each other and take care of each other. Real talk, because the things that I'm seeing and hearing, the conversations I'm excusing myself from, the people who I have removed myself from. I'm not blocking people. I'm not removing them. Like, I'm not kicking them out of my life. I'm removing myself from them. The reason being is because there are certain patterns of behavior. There are traits that are there that I just don't want to be a part of. And it is what it is. I know I'm going to get a lot less viewers on here because quite a those few people I've removed myself from. So that's what it is. And the idea is, some people say, oh, you can't block people because you're a preacher and you're supposed to reach everybody. Listen, there are some people who don't want to be reached, and that's their prerogative. There are some people who don't want to, they don't want their minds changed. That's their prerogative. I can't force them to do that. At the same time, I don't have to leave myself as a victim for their abuse and their harassment because they don't agree with me. It is what it is. Don't agree. But that doesn't mean that life is all of a sudden over and that now I'm supposed to just be weepy and cry because like it is what it is. So I'm removing myself. I'm not kicking them out. It has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with me. I'm at the point of protecting my peace and the peace of my household and my family. And yes, I have a ministry. And there are some people who, because of my particular standpoints and my viewpoints, they feel like they can't, listen to my ministry, or they can't be a recipient from me. That is their prerogative. You know what the Bible says? It says, if they don't receive you, don't leave your peace there. Pick it up, walk out, and shake the dust off your feet. Real talk. That's what the scripture says. If they don't receive you, then don't leave peace with them. If they receive you, then you leave your peace there and you bless them and whatever else. Now, I'm not saying I got to walk away and curse them. I'm not saying I got to walk away and tell everybody, oh, this person said this and this person do that. Nah, I'm not into all of that. I just leave. Like I'm gone. That's all. Somebody says, he said, I agree. Block them, brother. Well, listen, you almost got it. You still, man, me and you, we're going to have a real conversation soon. I said it's truly time for people to lighten up and realize our access to information at the tips of our fingers allows us to find evidence in anything we want to believe, no matter if it's true or false. Absolutely. Thank you. This goes both ways. However, you get to choose how you pollute your mind and spend your time. Trying to convince others that don't think like you to believe what you believe is simply a waste of time, energy, and frustration. This whole thing has half the country acting like we're entering I'm guessing that was going to be something like the Holocaust. Alexander, God bless you. Grace and peace. The Bible allows for removing quarrelsome people from your life. Yes, I've turned it, instead of removing them, I'm removing myself. Turn to your neighbor and say, bye. Yeah. My wife would kill me if she heard me say that. He said, amen. He said, I want all the smoke. Now, listen here. Like I said, there's a lot of viewpoints. Some people hated Trump or still hate him. Some people loved him and still love him. Others were indifferent and they're still indifferent. Some have changed their viewpoints here or there over time. I know myself, I have spoken to many people who have absolutely hated Trump, hated Republicans, and now they don't. In fact, they got to see a little bit. They got to see a little bit of what I was talking about, and from my point of view and perspective. And just to be clear, I did not vote. So people acting like I'm a Trumper and I just needed to support Trump. No, I didn't vote. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for Biden. Neither one of them were my choice. That's my prerogative. Now you can say I'm a terrible American because I didn't vote. It's my choice to vote or not. It's a right. It's a privilege. It's a right, right? Well, I have that right to revoke or to keep myself out of the mayhem and the chaos. That's what I chose to do this time around. Actually, I chose to do that since 2008. I'm just going to be real talk. I was a good Democrat, young African-American man coming up in America. And after Obama's first term, I was like, I'm out. It is what it is. The way he ran things, I personally started to see life differently and didn't agree with it. So I didn't vote for him a second time. And I for sure wasn't voting for Bush. Like, what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, but that was me. That was my point of view on things. Oh, in fact, the second time, no, I didn't. I almost didn't. I decided not to. So it, things like that happen. And since then, I just decided I'm not going to vote. I choose not to participate in these particular things. As far as the federal government is concerned, local elections, that's a different story. I believe that's where the meat and potatoes is at. And so, and again, this is why I talk about propaganda, because people don't realize how not important the federal election is and how important they have made it. The federal election is not as important as your local and your state elections. This is how powerful the propaganda machine is that they've made people believe that the president of the United States is really the end all to be all. And I promise you, if you study civics just a little bit, if you study social studies and the way America works, it's not the case. It's not. But we've been all pushed down this tube to think that whoever is president now has everything under their control. No, I know how the presidency works. So for somebody like me, if you tell me it's between Biden and Trump, I'll tell you, I would prefer Trump over Biden. Behavior, his actions. She said, well, state elections are corrupt as well. Absolutely. I agree with that, but not as bad as the federal. I promise you that. And they're a lot easier to fix because these state elections, most of these things, these terms are only 2 years. They're not 4 and 8 year terms, but people keep electing the same dumb people. I don't understand that. But anyway, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. The state elections, listen, I personally, if you deal with the state elections, that's where the stuff is really happening, because the federal election is almost irrelevant when you really think of things concerning the states. Hey, what's going on, Sister Sarah? He said, I never really believed that. But there's a lot of people that do. And that's why we have this mayhem happening. They don't even realize that those senators and the congressmen that they elected, they're the ones that did all of this. Indeed. Absolutely. They're the ones that allow these things, and they set the precedent for this. They make you think that the president is actually the most important. I said, listen, for me, as a small business owner, as a conservative-minded person. I'm not a conservative by party. No, I'm not I'm not conservative by party. I'm conservative-minded, meaning I am a traditionalist. If anybody knows me, I am a traditional value person. I believe in the nuclear family. I believe in the church. I believe in the family. Like I said, the family being the center of the community, and the church being the community or the center and of the community and the family. I'm a traditionalist in values. That's me personally. So I am considered a conservative because I hold to the traditional value of marriage. I hold to the traditional values of the family, how we should bring up our children. I am a capitalist. No, I am not a socialist. Do I believe that we should be helping people who are poor and needy? Absolutely 100%. But that's my choice. And so I'm a good capitalist. And being a good capitalist, I give my money, right? That's my point of view. I don't want the government to tell me I have to pay more taxes to help take care of these people. I'm trying to provide my own services for those people. I don't need the government to tell me to do that. I don't want the government to feed me. I don't want a handout. I don't need it. Just get out of my way so I can create my own path. I have the grace of God working within me. I have the empowerment of the Holy Spirit in me to do these things. I don't need so. And yes, do people fall on hard times? I've fallen on hard times. Have I been on food stamps? Yes, I have. And as soon as I could get off, guess what? I was off. I'm not trying to do this as a career. That's how it works, people, right? So I'm not saying that those programs are bad. We have them. Food stamps don't go away when Republicans are in office. Like, those programs are there. But then you have other people who work the system, and then these Democrats get rich because they got in. They invest. Like, it is what it is. I just choose to focus my efforts on the free market and those type of things. That's my own personal choice. That's all. Now, if you don't agree with that, that's fine. But you ain't got to call me names and challenge my character and integrity because of that. Let's stop all of that foolishness. That's got to stop. Somebody said, yes, accountability for oneself. That's it. I'm accountable to me and God, right? That's it. Y'all coming on here. This is going to be a short one. I ain't going to hold y'all all night. I got a call. I got a business call coming up next because we're planning on making some money in 2021. If you want to know how to do that, then holla at your boy. If not, stay over there. I'm not coming to bother you. Don't come and mess with me. It is what it is. So why should those who have worked their butt off be organized? Listen, I'm just saying, this is where I'm at with it. If people don't agree with that, and again, when it comes to propaganda, let's deal with this. Like, okay, I can promise you, mainstream media propaganda is different than conspiracy theory. Because let's talk about that. Propaganda means they know it's not true. They're purposely pushing a narrative that is contrary to what is happening for the sake of hiding the truth. That is propaganda. That's not conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theories are a little different. Yes, do we know that some information that comes with conspiracy theories and their theorists are a little sketchy? Absolutely 100%. Ain't no conspiracy theorist going to tell you not. That is not the case. There's chaos and there's nonsense everywhere. It is what it is. But the reality about conspiracy theories is that they're on a pursuit of truth. So they will entertain some of those other crazy things for the sake of hearing them and being able to weigh through them. Everything that comes through the filter doesn't get accepted. It is like, it's just not how it works. I'm breaking it down for y'all. She said, let's do this 4 hours again. Not tonight. Educate folks. I'm working on it. Yeah, but those programs make people wealthy, whether people know it or not. He says, exactly. I've been beating this drum for so long. The president doesn't allocate anything to those cities, counties, or states. The local elected officials are the ones who allocate resources to the community. Listen, people don't know this, man. People don't understand this. They don't know this. And this is why I'm like, y'all fighting over the president, and these senators and congressmen just sold everybody out. Like, just so y'all know, the Republican Party is dead. At this point, there's nobody in Congress, nobody in Senate who's going to get elected president for at least the next 3 terms. I'm calling it. Yeah, I'm just saying. After what happened, the Republican Party is absolutely dead. They're gonna have to come up with a brand new party. I already know they're talking about a Patriot Party and some other things, but the Republican Party is absolutely dead. Was this the plan? Possibly. It might have been the plan to just get rid of it. But I want to tell people that as much as the mainstream media talked about Trump doing this and Trump not doing that and whatever else and what the Republicans were trying to do, they don't realize that they had the wool pulled over their eyes too. We have an all Democratic government. Now, me personally, I hate it. I'm against the Democratic policies. That's just my thought process. If you hate me, that's fine. Okay, just stay over there. You don't have to even tell me. I don't need to know. But I'm against certain policies that they hold and the way that they run government. I don't like it. I don't like the way that they've been done. They've done things in these smaller urban areas and whatever else. That's just me. I do tend to, again, I will side closer with a Republican or conservative only because I am a capitalist and I believe in some of those other things like that as far as money is concerned, or freedom. Like I'm, more libertarian in that sense where leave me alone. That's really all I want, is to be left alone and don't hinder me. Like, get out of my way. That's it. So I'm on a libertarian side of things, to be honest with you. But so I'm like, leave me alone. Get out of my way. Just let me live my life, and without being infringed on my rights and all that kind of nonsense. The Democrats don't think like that. You get something from me, we own you. So you have to do what we say. Has to be done this way. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't like it. So it is what it is. She said, moving forward. There's nothing wrong with having wealthy get wealthier. The problem is when they shut us out from being wealthy ourselves. But I promise you, they haven't. The issue is people are lazy. Whether we want to say it or not, I'm going to say it tonight. People are lazy. People are lazy. They're not willing to do the work. Because I have friends who were not millionaires a year ago and now are. Like, so there's no excuse. He said, what's the plan? I got a plan. He said, dead. Man, these comments are coming in. He said, oops, not organized, penalized. Okay, that makes sense. He said, I agree, Stan. One of them. Let's see. People have been confused to think that the president is a king. He's not. He's a presider. Absolutely. The president doesn't have a whole lot of power, but that's propaganda. That's what propaganda has done. It's turned people against each other. So they've been dead inside for years. All of them have. We've got some underground stuff going on. Yeah, I understand that. And yeah, we do. We do. What's the plan? I'll tell you the plan. Stick with me. Stick with me. I've been right. Yo, like, you start looking back, going even back to Obama stuff. I've been telling people, nobody believed me. I've been right. Hindsight, I've been right. I hate being right about stuff, but the way things are going, I've been calling it for the last 10 years. I have been calling it. I don't claim to be a prophet. I know patterns. My brain works funny like that. I see things. Everybody like, oh, no, this, no, that. No, I see patterns. I pick them up like that. I remember a time I was driving around. I had a period of time where there was people following me around. I noticed the car. It don't take but 2 or 3 times. I noticed the same car follow me at certain points. My brain just turns on like that. I just notice certain things. I notice patterns. So when I see them, I just got to call it like I see it. When you have all single party system, that's really bad tension in the government is what keeps things on course. Right now we have, and I was going to post it, but I'm going to tell you all this. Right now, they blamed everything on the Republicans and Trump, but the plan worked. They want to talk about a takeover of the government. Right now we have a Democratic president. We have a Democratic Senate and the majority in the House. All Democratic. No, not Republican this and no, all Democrat. So who actually stole the election? You mean to tell me that just happened? That all Republicans just, I'm sorry. And when I say stole the election, I'm saying that the plan worked. The propaganda from mainstream media outclassed the conspiracy theories. It is what it is. It happened. Now we have an all Democratic government, and we got to deal with it now. I'm gonna be miserable for the next couple of years. But as far as that's concerned, as far as business, he said everything you mentioned is what Joe Biden is about. What are you talking about? Joe Biden even, bro, don't get me. Biden said I'm not doing nothing as president. He said it out of his own mouth. I ain't doing nothing. And black people, black leaders were around him saying, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. He said, I'm not doing nothing. Go watch the video. Get out of here with that nonsense. Joe Biden is a crack, just like, listen, all of these guys they don't care about us. And I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm not a Trump supporter. I've never been. I felt like he would be better than Biden because of my own interests. That's it. But I don't like Democratic policies at all. That's what I hate. I hate Democratic policies and their points of view. So otherwise, you get uncomfortable things like Flint water situation. Absolutely. He said that's simply not true. Please tell me what's not true. People are lazy and they're entitled. They want to be taken care of, but that's how you become a slave. Please tell me, Apostle Ross, what is not true. I'm late for my meeting. So I invest in Democrat programs. Please tell me, Apostle Ross, what is not true. I'm late for my meeting. So I invest in Democrat programs and they don't tell folks the truth. Absolutely. The power resides in the Constitution. No, it does not. No, it does not. We were just shown that. Whether people want to believe it or not, the Constitution we were just shown. The media did a good job of making sure people I got what he was saying. He was saying he wasn't going to focus on one group of people. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden ain't doing nothing. Watch, except for letting stuff happen that shouldn't happen. But he said everything you're saying is not true. He said I pay a party and it's no. I'm talking about the history of the party. I'm talking about the history. I'm not the history of the Democratic Party. Let's go back 60 years in America and let's just look at what has been done and what has not been done. And again, if you disagree, that's your prerogative. Like, he said, what? Joe Biden is a joke. Black America got played again, and we did it to ourselves. Yeah. Yo, I'm going to continue this call another time. I got some money to make, some business to talk. He said, like Trump, what? Just did to the State House. I promise you, Trump didn't do as nearly as much as the media made him out to do. Just real talk. No, I didn't say the Republicans have clean hands. That did not come out of my mouth. I'm telling you what I am talking about. I said I don't like Democratic policies and the things that they've passed. I didn't say I approve of everything Republicans did. That's not what I said. Because I don't approve of everything that Republicans do. I'm talking about what I don't like in Democrats. Why I thought Trump would have been a better president than Biden. Just because of his fiscal policy and his conservatism. The church was actually helped more under Trump. What happens under Biden? We'll see. He said the old guard GOP was all part of the big conspiracy. Yeah, they were. He said fake news. Stop, bro. What's fake news? This guy. Go look up the last 60 years and just ask yourself, what did the Democrats really do for black people like they promised to every election cycle, except for increase unemployment and like it is what it is. They're not about small businesses. They're not about economic growth. As far as that's concerned, they're not. They don't instill policies that create those things. They're more into social programs and big government. That is the Democratic Party. And it just seems like now most of the Republican Party is there too. So it is what it is. He said, what? Go make this money argument still be. Yeah, I'm gonna come check y'all out. Y'all messing with my money right now. I'll see y'all in a little bit. God bless.